And she says to the team leader, now repeat after me. Exorcisamos de omnis immundos spiritum. You know, many, many years ago, when this ghost hunting thing became a phenomenon, a lot of teams started popping up here and there, going to graveyards, haunted places, areas where they shouldn't be. There's a story about a team where the leader was very abusive, kind of full of himself. And one day he got a call from a man who was a building manager of a place off of River Street. That's the story anyway. Unfortunately, if you've been down River Street, there's hardly any parking. So he and his entire team had to park where the old Big Pineapple used to be, that area. It's now Lowell's, I think. They had to trudge themselves and all of their equipment from there to that little place at the end of River Street. They meet the building manager, who tells them, the reason I called you is because on the third floor at the very end is the family that moved here from Vietnam. They're here for a little while until they can connect with their family in Hawaii, and then they were going to move. They left their 9-year-old daughter home for the day. And when they came back, they saw her sitting at the kitchen table, feet propped up on the table, cigar in one hand, shot glass of whiskey in the other, claiming that she spoke in the voice of a man. She was possessed. So when the team leader meets the guy, they go upstairs to the third floor. And the guy misunderstands what the building manager says. He thinks the building manager asks him, do you know what you're doing? He says to the building manager, well, what do you mean, do I know what I'm doing? You know who I am or what? You know what I can do? Huh? How are you going to ask me if I know what I'm doing? The building manager says, I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you know where you're going. Well, no, that's why you're going to show us, right? And so they go up to the third floor, and way at the other end, the apartment at the other end, they all hear screaming, shrill, high screaming. And the leader of the investigative team says, what is that? And the building manager says, that's the 9-year-old girl. When she's not possessed by that thing, all she does is scream. The team leader says, well, can you go to that apartment and tell, whoever's in there, just move so we can do what we have to do. Building manager goes to the end. The parents come out, bow in front of him. The team leader thank him. He just waves them off. And so they go into that apartment. And as they're setting up, the team leader's upset and he's irritated because some of his people are asking him, where do I plug this in? The socket, of course. Where do you think the thing go? Oh, what about this lighting? What about it? Just turn it on. That's lighting, right? Stuff like that. All the while, a little 9-year-old girl is on this fold-out leather couch, probably bought from Walmart, and she's just screaming and screaming. As they're beginning to set up, he sort of looks at his team like this, and they're looking at him strangely. He's fumbling for his pocket Bible. And when he opens it, the bookmarker is gone, and he can't find the place that he marked with his marker in the pocket Bible for the rituals of exorcism. And he's thinking to himself, okay, I lost my place. Probably don't know what I'm doing, but I cannot let these people know, cannot let them think or see that I'm confused right now. And he feels a tap on the shoulder. And he hears a voice say, I'd be confused too if I didn't know what I was doing. And he looks up at his team and says, oh, who said that? Huh? Who said that? And they're all looking at him, his team, and they point behind him. And when the team leader turns around, he sees sitting at the edge of a leather couch a little 9-year-old girl who's looking at him and saying, I'd be confused too, and ashamed if I didn't know what I was doing, and I wouldn't want any of them to know either. And immediately he begins to thumb through the pages of his pocket Bible, O evil and vile voice that speaks from the innocent form of this young girl, I will not be influenced by your words. Listen to me. You don't have to be confused. You don't have to be ashamed. The voice comes from a little 9-year-old girl. I can help you. No, there is nothing that you can offer me or tempt me with to make me listen to your vile ramblings. Begone, do not speak. I invoke the power of... Listen, you're stumbling. You're nervous. Let me help you. No, there is no help that I can accept from you, because it's not really help. You're trying to tempt me and confuse me. Look at these people. Look at your team. Each and every one of them. Him still living with his mother at 40 years old. This is all he has. But the second he gets a chance, he's going to stab you in the back. And her, look at her. She hates herself. Wears the same shirt every day. Never washes her hair. Hardly bathes. And that other guy, all he does, he just takes up space. Did you see him do anything while he was in here? He's been standing at the back of the room the whole time, fiddling with his camera. And those two, they're more in love with themselves than they are in love with the craft that you've created for them to do. You have assembled the best of the best of the worst. But I can help you. What kind of help? It's easy. You just let me ride one of them every now and again, and I'll teach you the rituals of exorcism. You exorcise me from one of your friends, you tape it all, it goes national, and you become a celebrity. You become famous. And in exchange for that is what? My soul? No. I don't want your soul. I just want to hang out. It's simple. The 9-year-old girl reaches forward, pulls a couple of pages back from the pocket Bible, puts her hands at the exact spot that says, Rituals for Exorcism. And she says to the team leader, now repeat after me. Exorcisamos de omnis immundus spiritum, omnes immundus satanae potestas infernali, adversari, omnis legio, omnis incongratio. The story is, if there is a story, but the conclusion to this tale is that if you go to a botanical gardens and you go to where the water is, you'll see a strange-looking man dressed in blue jeans, slippers, and a blue shirt, sweeping up the brown leaves in his dustpan. He seems to be mumbling to himself. And they say if you bother to wander close to where he's standing, where he's sweeping up the leaves, you'll hear him. Exorcisamos de omnis immundus spiritum, omnis immundus satanae